We are live. Hey everyone, how's it going?
How's it going?
Looks like you're in the mountains or you're in the forest or Lake Tahoe or where you are, Renee. Looks nice back there.
You know what's interesting? Yeah,
Good
it's a nice
background.
background, but I drove through tell you a story about a few weeks ago. I drove through Arizona, the northern part of Arizona, and there's a park called Tonto Park or something like that. It's like a campground, and it's all full of
Mhm.
trees like this. I don't think it's the same kind of trees, but it's beautiful. But it's also kind of scary because I drove through it at night, and there's signs for deer, there's signs for elk, there's signs for wild horses. So it's kind of scary.
I like that's why I
But
like
it's beautiful. I
Sacramento
drove
because
through
of the
it
trees.
on the day as well. I've been through it twice.
We have a
Yeah, and it's
delay.
beautiful. It's really beautiful, but
Yeah.
not. I don't. Yeah, we do. But it's not meant for you to drive through it at night, and you're not sure when there's an animal that's gonna jump in front of you. And yeah, it could
Yeah.
be. I had an
Scary.
elk jump in front of my car, and I barely missed it by name.
Oh.
But we're delayed, but we're gonna make it happen. So let us know if you can hear us in the comments. Okay, both of us, because we're in different
Yeah.
parts of the country.
Comment and let us
Uh,
know. I think, with the internet slow for everybody, I was telling Renee before we went live, my husband's having trouble at work. My sister was complaining. This is the week that, at least here for us, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but in California and different other school districts, they all started this week. So they're trying to do that online thing. And that's how it was last summer or when this whole thing started last in the spring. So that could have something to do with it. I don't know if Mercury's in retrograde, but we'll work through it.
Hi,
All right,
Michelle.
cool. Michelle can hear us. Yay. All right, so cool. So, Michelle, I know you're in the right place because I know you're a dream builder. There's no doubt. But let's make
For
sure
sure.
that, if you're new here or you're just joining us, that, we're talking to you. So keep watching if these apply to you. I am passionate about both the products or services I provide and the people I help. You really are doing what you love and you're passionate about both, not just what you do, but the people who are benefiting from your services, your expertise. You want to create an online business that earns 10K or more, stable, recurring monthly income that you don't have to worry about. That's going to really allow you to live that desired lifestyle. Ultimately, we want to stop trading time for money. Those are the dream builders. I want to build meaningful relationships and eventually lead a community to grow my business on social. You want to scale this, and a social platform will help you do that to ultimately reach more people, to help more people. And doing that online in this day and age will really help you do that. So if these things are exciting to you and this is describing you and you're willing to put in the time and work, then you are in the right place. You're going to be able to create a dream business, a lifestyle that's going to fund that, and that's going to give you lasting impact, income, lifestyle, fulfillment, all of that for the long haul, long-term success, none of this short, working too hard, right? Do it right. Follow a set of steps. We call our steps here the Dream Builder Blueprint. It's kind of a blueprint based on what people we know, users of the product, online entrepreneurs, what they've done, what works. They've all been successful following this platform. So starting first, of course, what is that dream? Designing that dream lifestyle. What does that look like? And what's the business that's going to fund it? That business delivers what? What's your expertise? Who needs those results? So what is it you're delivering? Can you promise and commit to that? And who are you really helping? Who are the recipients on the end of that transformation that you're offering? And then identifying that and saying, okay, I know what my business's dream is, what I want to do, how I can help people. And here are a few people I know that could use my help, and reaching out and inviting those. These are people that you trust, that trust you, that will be able to take you up on an offer, right? Try your course, book a one-on-one with you. But doing that's really going to help you give them results, but also test the waters and be able to go into the next step, which is when you really start perfecting things, fine-tuning your systems and things like that, where you can continue to nurture and provide value on an ongoing basis to your existing members and clients, prospects, potential members, potential customers, and do it all in a nice systemized way. You'll learn from inviting and making those offers what's working, if your pricing is correct, is your delivery correct? There's a hole in some of the core education pieces of your success path, from taking your client from where they are now to where they want to be. And following in this step will allow you to, once you have something that works, you know people are willing to pay for it, you have a nice systemized way to deliver it and continue to give value, you can then build on that. And that's when you can grow and really scale your business, adding on what is currently working. And you may, decide then that you'll change a few things or tweak a few things, but eventually you're just going to evolve as opposed to having to keep going back to the drawing board, even adding new income streams at this point. So it's kind of a little building blocks and stepping stones, little milestones that we here at 22 Social and here on the internet using Facebook as entrepreneurs, online business owners. This is a platform that works. So I'll give you some more information about like the different individual stages of that and how you can figure out where you are and all that a little bit later. But hopefully that describes you and you're ready to embark with us. Renee, I don't know, are you going to do your screen or do you want me to do the slides?
No, I'll do it.
Okay. Renee's going to talk about
I'll do it. I'll take over.
Perks. And,
I know we call them benefits in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we call them benefits in the title, but I call them perks. So, and there is a little bit of a delay. So I'm hoping, you know what I'm going to do since I'm going to stop my cam since I'm not really showing the camera right now. I think that'll help, hopefully, with bandwidth. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think lately, I don't know if you've noticed, if you guys are part of the community, they actually created a document with membership tips, and it was all part of a video challenge that Mari Smith put together that I'm participating in. But I was putting a list of tips that I could share, and I said, that's 21 videos. Can I make 21 tips? And I wasn't so sure. And I actually have a spreadsheet with 41 total tips. So there's a lot to learn and to know about a membership. Luckily, you don't have to be a pro at it to start a membership. You can start with something basic and improve as you go along. No one's going to expect you to be perfect day one. But so here's some of the stuff that I pulled out of the video tips that I've created, and to give some ideas of what do I offer. So I have a particular expertise. Maybe I do coaching. Maybe I'm a life coach. Maybe I'm a business coach. I help with marketing. Maybe I'm a dog trainer or fitness trainer. I mean, there's so many different expertise. Maybe I teach. Earlier, I talked to somebody who's teaching algebra to kids or helping parents who homeschool their kids with algebra. So, I mean, there's all kinds of expertise. Whatever your expertise is, all this list of perks, there'll be ideas here for you. What I do recommend is don't try everything. It will be too much. So, know what can I offer? What can I commit to, and I know I can stick with. And so I'm going to give you a list of ideas. The first set I'm going to give you, looking next on the wrong screen, is instant perks. What can you provide someone the minute they sign up, they can consume? So we call them instant perks. And that helps someone just be satisfied at the beginning and not canceling, knowing they got something right away. It could be a set of video tutorials that you have pre-recorded that you want them to consume right away. On maybe the basics of what your expertise is or solving the problem. Could be audio tracks. Some people do meditation tracks. It could be audio. Some of the content that you have may lend itself where it's easier to consume through audio. So that may be one of the things. Maybe some sort of file downloads. Anything that'd be useful for them along their journey of solving the problem that you help people solve. It could also be a mini course. People sometimes say, "Hey, I want to sell a course," and sometimes the course makes more sense being inside a membership. So it could be a mini course on the overall problem or a subset of the problem that you help them solve. It could be an ebook or ebooks that you may have already written that they have access to downloading. It could be maybe workbooks, maybe something they can follow along and do exercises on their own to help with solving the problem. So these are some of the examples of instant perks that you can give them. And now I'm going to give you ongoing perks. So what are the things that don't necessarily get immediately, but they're going to get on an ongoing basis? And these perks are important because that's what's going to keep someone on board. That's what's going to keep them wanting to stick around and paying you. And a big one is community. I'm not going to mention it here as a perk. I think a lot of people include a Facebook group. I think 90% of the people who use a membership use or provide a membership using Join Social, include a Facebook group. So yes, community is one of them. Some I didn't list it because I thought it was kind of an obvious one, but I'm mentioning it now. But one of them is live or recorded
I'd say
videos.
probably more
So you
than
could say, hey,
90%, but yeah.
what? Well, I think it's higher than
Sorry,
that.
we got a delay.
Actually.
Yeah, higher than 90 for sure.
Yeah, probably. I'm just playing it safe with that number. But one of them is live or recorded videos. You could say twice a month or once a month, I will be going live, or I will be uploading a new video on a new training topic of some sort. So it could be a subtopic of your area of expertise that you're doing. It could be expert interviews. You could bring in other experts to talk about a particular topic. Could be Q&A sessions. So Q&A sessions, either you go live and wait for people to ask questions, or you could cherry pick the best questions that were asked maybe that month into your group and answer them on a video. You probably already answered them on text, but it wouldn't hurt to answer them on video to go through those so other people can benefit from them as well. It could be discounts. So it could be discounts to your advanced programs. Perhaps the membership is kind of like the starting point. But if they're members, you'll give them a discount to your advanced programs. It could be discounts to other people's programs. Maybe you have other experts that you partner with that have programs that kind of enhance or go well with what you're offering. So it could be discounts to partnerships that you have. It could be discounts to e-commerce. There's people here who have a training program and also have an e-commerce product. So it could be discounts to your own e-commerce products. So that's another idea. I've seen people do that. Could be ebooks. I know I listed as the instant giveaway, but you could say, hey, I'm going to create a new mini ebook every month. So it could be an ongoing perk as well. Templates. So if design templates, if it's any kind of template, I mean, that's the only one that came to mind right now, but any kind of template that would help them solve the problem, you could say, hey, I'm going to give you a new template. If you teach people how to run ads, it could be ad templates. If people teach you how to do videos, it could be a video template or video or a script template every week or every month. So if it's arts and crafts, it could be a template design for a new art or craft if that's what you teach. So not all of these are
app templates, 22 social app templates.
Gonna make sense for you.
I do.
Just ideas.
Yeah.
20 social app templates. Yes, exactly, Monica. So not all of these are gonna fit you, but you gotta see which ones out of these make sense for what I have to offer, and which ones can I do and commit to at the same time. Notes for a public show. I actually talked to someone earlier this week who's gonna do this. Actually, if someone wants the public show and the list of resources and everything organized for what she does live publicly on her page, then they have to be members. So that's an additional resource or perk for being a member, is to get the notes and resources for what's discussed on her public live show. Just some examples. These are industry specific, but I mean, if you're teaching cooking or nutrition, give you a new recipe, and that's misspelled twice. Actually, last time I recorded with this was misspelled. I forgot to correct it. So workouts. So if you be a new trick or new thing you could teach your dog every month. So I mean, those three examples. Think about it. Maybe there's some sort of recipe for your expertise that you could deliver once a month or once a week, whatever makes sense. In real estate, maybe hot real estate listings or investments that people could check out. I had someone that I think they're doing tax liens or something like that. I'm not 100% familiar with everything they're doing, but it was a list of all the hot tax liens in a particular state. So that was one of the perks. So, and these last three I gave you, 2 or 3 that I gave you, may not apply to you, but there could be something that's similar to that for your industry. So I just wanted to add those on. So again, I'm going to repeat, if someone's actually doing all of these, you're doing too much. But so I would pick 2 or 3 of these that make sense and commit to doing them on a regular basis. So these are some of the most popular ones. I'm going to give you a few examples of other perks that I've also seen that are a little more involved. It could be a challenge. So actually, the reason I added this is because someone is actually doing this. I mean, if you haven't consumed so many things online, you might not be familiar with challenges. But but if you've probably consumed some stuff from different experts online, you probably see people say, hey, you jump in on my 7-day fitness challenge or 30-day fitness challenge, or my 21-day video challenge, which I'm actually in one right now. And these may be free. A lot of times they are. However, there's nothing to say you can't offer that as a paid perk as well. So there's someone that's coaching families on how to connect better and how to have a better family dynamic. And she's actually going to include a monthly family challenge, and that's going to be part of her perks, is having a challenge. So they don't have to be free; they could be part of your paid perks. And I mean, there's a whole thing around challenges, right? But I just wanted to give you an idea. If that makes sense, if you can actually say, I'm going to give you a challenge every month, and if you can commit to that, then that's great. It could be a fitness challenge. It could be I mean, really, challenges could be really any industry, but does it really make sense for you? Or do you like that? Is that something you're comfortable with? And then that could be another perk. Another one is a customer success path. So I think I'm missing one. Let me see if I just realized I forgot one, so I'm going to mention it. I don't have it in the slides. The other one's a customer success path, and that's something I could probably do a whole live on this one. Customer success path is really, it could be a video or a PDF download that explains the right steps that your customer needs to take to have a transformation from A to B and really solve the problem or challenge that they're having. It could be 5 steps that they need to take, and really sometimes, and I'm going to include it here because I didn't have the slide for it. I apologize. Sometimes this could be part of what I call a foundation course or a crash course. And let me tell you where this really makes a lot of sense. So assuming that you may be seeing this problem. Assuming that I join your membership today, and you're probably committed to giving me a lot of ongoing content. Maybe you're going live once a week with a new topic that you're training on. But if I jump in, if there's something I need to understand in order to benefit from your ongoing content, maybe there's some basics or some foundational stuff that I, as a new customer, need to get familiar with, so that all the content actually makes sense. And that's where maybe this customer success path, along with like a foundation course, could make sense. So think about it for your members. Does it make sense to give them like a little crash course or a foundation course that breaks down the path that I'm supposed to follow to get good at what you're teaching or to solve the problem that you're helping me solve? If this makes sense, then maybe a customer success path or a foundation course could make sense. So that's another perk idea for you. The last one is drip. Something you could do with 22 Social. Monica, if you could mention a little later where that would fit in. But drip content means you might not want them. Think about that foundation course I mentioned earlier. You may not want them to consume the entire foundation course right away. Maybe you think, hey, if they try to consume every part of the foundation course that's part of my membership in one day, they're going to get overwhelmed. They're not going to benefit. So I want to drip it to them. I only want to give them access to one video a day for 7 days, or maybe a set of videos. Maybe the first set of videos the first month, and the second set of videos the second month in a video gallery, so that they can unlock once a month. Then maybe that makes sense because you don't want them to feel like they're overwhelmed. So this also makes sense because maybe that's one way to keep them to the second month. And you know what? If they can't have access to the second unit of modules of your foundation course till month 2, then guess what? They have to pay for month 2. And this comes in really handy, especially when you offer like the first month for $1 and then the second month is regular price. Well, then they got to stick around for month 2 to get that second set of content, or the third set of content on the third month, and so forth. So it doesn't have to be. It's kind of like a hybrid. It is an instant access, but you don't have to deliver it every so often. It's just dripped to them based on when they join, based on the first day, second day, or first month, second month, and so forth. So that's the idea. And every single one of those we could probably do one episode on. But I want to give you just a list of all the ideas to think through. So your homework is to, if you're launching, is to cherry pick and see what can I actually commit to instantly, what can I create for them to consume right away, and what can I commit to on a regular basis for it's that I'm going to provide them. So start planning that out. You don't have to be perfect to start. I would cherry pick 2 or 3 things and start with that, and you could always add more. But just careful with what you commit to, because you need to keep doing it on an ongoing basis. And then Bill has a question: what do you think about a foundation or crash course for lead magnet? That makes sense. If that makes sense for you, that could work. Is offering that crash course as a lead magnet. The only thing to be careful with that is if that crash course is not really a crash course and is really detailed and it has a lot of information, they may get lost in that crash course and not move to the next step, which is actually signing up for your membership. So that's just something to keep in mind, that it has to. I would recommend that you keep it super short. So
or like the first part, like maybe module 1 of your foundation course, or an overview of it with some helpful tips, but not the action, not like everything, right? So they need to then, if they like that and that's helping them and they want to then, be successful or accomplish the goal that the end result will give them, they then need to either join the membership, buy the rest of the course, or whatever. That's the whole point of the lead magnet. But yeah, I agree with what you said too there, Renee.
Yeah, thank you. Same thing with challenges. Any one of these could have been part of a free lead magnet or a free program. Any one of those could have been. Just a matter for you to do your entire plan and figure out, what am I going to cover? What's part of what the free content that I'm going to commit to? What's part of the pay? Because they all work together and feed each other. So just wanted to give you guys some ideas on there. I know it's a lot of stuff, but again, don't feel like you have to do everything I listed, because it's too much. It's too confusing. It's too overwhelming for you and for your members. So.
And I don't. Another thing I hear a lot is,
I would say 2 or 3 things.
They say like, I'll meet with somebody and they'll say, well, I have this, and I want to do this. And I go, well, why do you have this? Why are you offering this? Or what was the reason for, they'll have like monthly, yearly, and lifetime, or they'll have their high-end program and their low-end program. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the high-end? Oh, I don't know. I haven't made it yet. I just, so-and-so said I should. So, it's like, well, Renee said to do all of these things. It's not all of these things. So you pick what works for your business and works for you. And just because a program or a guru or somebody out there is selling it or saying you have to do it this way, when you're building your dream lifestyle and the business is going to fund it, it's got to work for you. Something that you enjoy, you can commit to, something you're good at, something that you're going to be able to keep up with on a regular basis. So I like how you said just 2 or 3, because that list does get overwhelming. And as I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I run into it all the time where people say, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they list everything on your list, Renee, and then more. And it's like, you don't have to do it all. Definitely just pick a couple.
Right. Renee told me to write 1 ebook every month. I'm like, no. Some cases, it may make sense. If some people are good at creating that kind of content, and if that's the form comfortable with, and you think they're gonna feel comfortable with, by all means, go for it. But it doesn't mean it works for everybody. There's just different ways of presenting your expertise to your members and having them win, and you being able to, like Monica said, kind of set a better have that lifestyle that you want, where you're not in conflict. So hopefully that helps, and we'll have more ideas next week.
Yeah, I'll clip the part where I did go over with Michelle on one of the app reviews or Q&A calls. We dug into her app, and it was there were a couple days back, or a couple weeks back to back, where I had gone back to her app. So I'm going to look at them, and I'll clip the part where I went over how I suggested drip content for her. I don't know if that's how she ended up using it ultimately, but I went into and like kind of the back end and showed, here's how you would set that up, and gave some scenarios. I'll put that in the group. So I'll have that. I'll try to get that done in the next couple of days and put that in there.
That'll be great. Because I know that's something that people will.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's great. I mean, and not only that, there's so many uses for it. This dripping content's also, it helps not just for the sake of dripping, but also retention as well. Knowing, hey, you're not going to get the whole kitchen sink, everything in the kitchen sink on month 1. You need to stick around.
A lot of people say, like, what do I do? what if they come in for the first month and they consume everything and then they leave? And that's a common fear. It's, people, I hear that a lot. Rarely people do that. We think that because you got to get out of the fear mode of that and just think, look, people who consume your content, if you do a good job of solving their problem and they like you and they connect with you, they're going to stay. If not, they were going to leave anyway. So don't worry about that, because if you spend a lot of time worrying about people who are going to take things and run, then you're taking away energy that you could be focused on the people who are really here, that want your help and are ready to get those results. But that's one of the ways. If it's still a fear for you, or it's lingering, use the drip content. In some cases, you may not even let them have access to the Facebook group until the first month. They can take the intro course, which is available in the app, but you don't have a link to the Facebook group that unlocks or drips until after 30 days or something. I had a client who did that, and that worked really well for her because the majority of her content was in the group, and she didn't want people in there consuming and downloading from the file section in that first, $1 month or whatever. So that's another way to, lots of different ways you could do it, but for sure, we can talk all day about that.
All right. Yeah, I know. All right.
So are you good?
Let's move it forward. Yep, I'm good.
All right, cool. So you're probably wondering, what's my next step? What do I do? How do I get this started? Where do I put this drip content? Where do I deliver this, my sales page with all my member perks? So with 22 Social, all you need is a free Facebook business page and to connect to. And then once you have that, which, for business pages, if you don't have one, get one. They're easy to set up. They're free. A lot of people are using them as their way to connect with their members online, sometimes even in place of a website. And with 22 Social, you're allowed to, you connect custom apps, they're third-party applications. I like to refer to them as landing pages for either free or paid content. And you can share them on Facebook. You can link to them in your call to action buttons. You can pretty much share it with them anywhere. But all you need is a Facebook business page in order to install it. That's on the technical side. The apps or the landing pages are kind of on their own. They just stand alone as mini web pages. And when you drive traffic there, you will be able to then collect leads, get people on that success path, push them through their journey with very simple click and drop and adding colors. So when you first install, it looks like, here, this is where you put your text, this is where you put your images, but you can customize it, really make it your own with changing the colors, the background, uploading images, all kinds of embeddable widgets. There's features like we talked about today with dripping content and allowing people to consume your content either there or in connection to somewhere else, like a Facebook group that you link to your membership site or whatever you create with your app. These landing pages you create, not only they're easy to install and update, but they're also mobile friendly from any device with a smart link, which is the URL, the web address to your landing page. They can be viewed on tablets, phones, and it's very responsive, right? So the system knows, are they on a tablet or on their phone, and it'll give them a nice view. Once there, you can set up, am I going to restrict access through payment, or am I going to do some type of lead free giveaway? So we had a question earlier, I think it was Bill asking about a lead magnet, right? Doing a foundational course. That's a really good idea. Other ideas could be a free PDF download, a video. Maybe you're doing some type of live training, a webinar, a free event, and you want people to register, or you're doing a sweepstakes or contest or something like that, or a combination of all of these. But they don't have to pay, right? They just have to register to get access, and now you're collecting leads. You can also use the software to create landing pages for one-time payments, like that foundational course, or an ebook, or a one-on-one session, or something where they pay you one time and they get access. They click a button, payment is made, you receive payment, they receive access. Or the most popular way is recurring payment through a membership. And we talked today about different types of perks for members. You can include that on your sales page. Like, here's what's included with membership and all of the things that you're offering when they first sign up, what the price is they pay, and then what's ongoing for them to stay. And you can charge recurring, and you choose whether that's monthly, weekly, quarterly, yearly. I think there's 5 or 6 different options you could choose from. You name the price and the term. And so here's kind of a bird's eye view from the beginning to end. When you create something like that and you're ready to share it, you share your smart link on Facebook, and this is what it will look like to someone scrolling in their newsfeed. So you catch their attention there, they click on your post, and that's going to take them to your landing page, the front end of it, where they will learn about your offer or your course or your membership and decide if they want to enroll, purchase, buy, register, what have you. They will click a button to sign up. They will be prompted to confirm their identity on Facebook, and this is them logging in with their Facebook profile. With one button, they continue, and they now have instant access to your content. On the back end could be that delivery of that PDF or video course or whatever your free thing was, or access to your members area where or your course, right? Whatever you're selling, where they can then get into the Facebook group, download your worksheets or anything like that. They get instant access upon payment or registration, and you have collected a valuable Facebook profile, their name, their email, all of this captured from their profile, and it's easily manageable on the back end. Your view is a little bit different. You have some different buttons at the top, but the SRM button is where you can see a list of all of your registered, if they're enrolled or paid or registered, depending on what the program is in here. And if it's a membership, you can also click, and I know I need to update this image because we've got the little P icon, but there's now an S icon too. Depending on if you're using PayPal or Stripe, you can also connect that in there. There's Messenger. There's all kinds of information on this little info that you get more information from them. This also syncs to lots of CRMs, your email providers. So MailChimp, MadMimi, Aweber, GetResponse, so many of them in there. So all of this is integratable and connectable, and you can manage your members on the back end. Great for memberships, great for not having to decide or figure out, are they the same person that paid me on PayPal? Is that the same person that's wanting to join my group? There's a nice connection, the glue between the two systems. And with other tools like the 22 Social Connect Chrome extension and some of the other trainings we offer on different tools that integrate, you can really make managing your membership really easy. I love this one because with just a couple of clicks and picking 3 colors, you can then color the names of the people in your group, whether they're active, inactive, or unknown, right? And so I like this because it allows you to easily know who should I let in that's requesting to join because they've paid or they haven't or they registered, and who needs to be removed because they've canceled or stopped payment. Things like this, and using the software and free sources like Facebook and Chrome extensions and your PayPal account, your Stripe account, all connected to really make your business flow and really give you that dream lifestyle and build on that. So you can see results every day, waking up to seeing, I have a new subscription, I have a new payment. This is a screenshot from an actual member actually getting results. And we're sharing with you guys all the time different people are doing. And they're following a system like this blueprint that we talked about at the beginning. So there's lots of steps to that, right? We talked about the dream and the nurture stage and the scaling stage and all of this, but everyone's going to be at a different place on that. So figuring out where you are on that scale and what, the next right step is for you is really important. So what we'd like to do is invite you to take an assessment. It's called the Dream Builder Self-Assessment. It's a free assessment you can take at 22s.com/dream. And by doing so, you'll know where you are. It'd be customized, based on your answers, where you are on your journey and what is the right step for you. So it's a customized action plan based on where you are on your journey. And so you know what to do next. At 22s.com/dream, not only will you get that free assessment, but you can also check out some of our other deals. We have a Dream Builder bundle deal where you can actually commit to your dream and save money because you're going to be able to take those concepts that we introduced at the beginning and apply them to what you're using the software for and what you're building. So the Dream Builder Blueprint course is a module course, video course that goes over all of the different components of that blueprint that we laid out in the beginning and allows you to consume it, learn it, and apply it while you're building your business and creating your offers and all that. So you can actually implement what you learn in the course while you implement, what you're learning in the course into your business and build it out with the software. So it's a nice bundle deal. There's a really cool offer there, and it puts it all together, and you can learn about that. You could also enter to win it, get lots of other information. So check out 22s.com/dream. You'll get the best price. You'll be able to download the free assessment, join the Facebook group. You can even refer others to check us out on the weekly trainings or join the group. And when you do that, whenever you register, you're entered to win our weekly drawing. And every week we give this bundle here away. But by referring others, you actually increase your chances. So hopefully you've done that or you're working on that, because we're going to announce this week's winner, who is our lucky winner chicken dinner. It's going to get the Dream Builder bundle, the course, a year of 22 Social on us, completely free. Russell Taylor, woo! Thank goodness this person has an easy to pronounce name. Thanks, Russell. Sometimes I get these and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to say that. Nice and easy. And it looks like he's enjoying his outdoor time there in Florida with a nice drink in his hand. Congratulations, Russell. You've got a year of 22 Social. You've got the Dream Builder course. It's going to help you implement everything and really get that dream going for you. So, and anyone who wins, if you already have, maybe Russell, you already have 22 Social, we'll tack on an extra year for free. So message our page to get your all your deets and get hooked up. And congratulations. So if anyone else wants to check that out, take the assessment, get their referral link, refer members, maybe you haven't joined the Facebook group and you want to connect in there, check out 22us.com/dream for all of the links and everything you need in there. All right. Cool. Let's see. I saw Michelle said she did use it. I wonder if that's using the drip content. So that's cool. Your camera's still off. So I don't know. You want me to not bring it back up?
Bring me up.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You were cutting out a little bit. Not a lot, but like a little bit delayed, but there was never any time where I didn't understand what you were saying. So hopefully it came out through. And
you know what? I didn't restart my server. I should have done that. My router and all that. So I gotta get in the habit of doing that. But anyway, at least it was legible. So hopefully it helps people out. And I think we covered everything. So we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week, guys. Thanks for being with us. Bye.